Well, we're getting more winter-related stories, Kevin. How about winter weather?
Coming up next week, a possibility as we'll begin to see more moisture prospects on the way. Not so much for tonight, though. Clouds-filled skies here overall. System moving through, and because of the proximity of the low into North Dakota, the winds have backed off quite a bit. In fact, light as we go from south to more of a northwest light breeze here as the evening wears on from west to east. Strongest winds into eastern North Dakota, but that's where it's the mildest too. It's 52 in Bismarck, 45 in Fargo, now 36 in Bismarck, with some of the highest winds again way off into eastern North Dakota around the I-29 corridor. Sustained to 30 in Fargo, but gusting to 43. But the wind is backing off across most of North Dakota into the evening. Let's talk about the weekend because we'll begin to see some changes. Not a lot for Saturday nor Sunday, but active pattern here for the western states moving into eastern Montana. Here's a snapshot mid-morning on Saturday. Cloudy skies for most, though. Low pressure, given the fact that it's once again crossing over North Dakota. We're not going to see a lot of precipitation. Usually it's around the periphery of these systems here. So back into Montana, northwest North Dakota, the way it looks now, still a few days away, but a higher probability for maybe rain and snow showers here. Again, not too significant for the weekend, really anywhere in the first warm viewing area. Otherwise, we'll see a more significant chunk of moisture perhaps on the way by the time we get to the middle of next week. It's just a trend right now, but the trend is suggesting we could have measurable precipitation in maybe many areas over 1/2 inch. Now, some of that might be falling in the form of snow. When you melt that snow down to liquid, maybe about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Again, a lot of this would be for next week, the middle of next week. We're talking about a week out, but the trend over the past several days is for a definite uptick in a more active pattern as we get into the week before Thanksgiving, which is already next week. Temps for tonight will be in the 20s here, 25 in Williston. Now colder where we have a clearing sky. You hold on to any cloud cover, central, eastern North Dakota overnight. Many of us will stay above freezing. In fact, Jamestown, only going to be in the 40s here for tonight. Highs tomorrow, back to this mild pattern. Don't forget, it's not only tomorrow, but it's Thursday and Friday as well. Low to mid-50s throughout, and a lot more sunshine tomorrow here midweek than what we had for today. 7-day forecast. It's a more active pattern unfolding next week, but before we get there, looking pretty good here. We'll savor these milder days, low to mid-50s for tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. Now, again, for the weekend, most of us will not have rain nor snow, but there will be the potential late Friday night into Saturday morning, and then dry Saturday evening into Sunday as well. Sunshine makes a return, but no doubt we'll be feeling a little bit cooler for most areas here for the weekend. Not terrible, but then the middle of next week, that's when we begin to see more changes here with more of a rain-snow mixture starting Tuesday. But again, about a week down the road to the middle to the end of next week, the long-term trend is suggesting a more active pattern. Certainly way too early to say how Thanksgiving is going to shake out for traveling and all that. But for now, it looks like some moisture, beneficial moisture at that. We'll be on the way.
And pretty soon we'll get snow that sticks.
We will eventually for sure.
Thanks.
It's coming.